Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre, coming to you live from Kolkata tonight and very aptly from the racecourse here in the heart of the city. I'm Nidhi Razdan and we're coming to you here tonight on a day when there has been an unprecedented controversy and standoff between Mamata Banerjee and the Election Commission. Is Mamata Banerjee justified in accusing the EC of bias? Mamata Banerjee ko gussa kyun aata hai? Also tonight, from Ram Vilas Paswan to the TDP, Narendra Modi is picking up more and more allies. Is the Modi wave for real? Is Modi unstoppable? We debate with our special panel tonight from Kolkata. But first, big political story tonight, the standoff between Mamata Banerjee and the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission has made it clear today that Mamata Banerjee's government has till 10 a.m. tomorrow to transfer 8 officials out of their posts. This is an unprecedented crisis because the Election Commission in election time is supposed to be the boss and no politician has ever defied it before. A. Vaidyanathan and Monideepa Banerjee have more.
The Election Commission has stood its ground, rejecting a face-saver offered by the Mamata government. Around noon, Mamata Banerjee's Chief Secretary Sanjay Mitra sent a letter to the Election Commission asking it to reconsider the transfer of 8 officers, also requesting it to choose the replacement officers from a panel of names provided by the government. The only note of dissent, the replacement officers the EC had named were not included in the panel. The EC has now turned down all 3 requests. The Chief Secretary confirmed the EC was in touch, but his reaction, no comment. The Mamata government may have realized it is out of options. Yesterday, she had spewed venom at the Election Commission. Today, that vitriol was missing. The opposition had complained to the EC of the partisan role of many of the officers transferred, partisan in favour of the Trinamool. Among those transferred, Superintendents of Police Humayun Kabir of Murshidabad District, Bharati Ghosh of West Midnapur District, SMH Mirza of Burdwan, RK Yadav of Malda. Sanjay Bansal, District Magistrate of North 24 Parganas, was also transferred. Now, the opposition wants the EC to take action against Mamata and her Chief Secretary.
जिस ढंग से चीफ मिनिस्टर ने रिएक्ट किया, जिस भाषा से चीफ मिनिस्टर ने बोला, ऐसा एक चीफ मिनिस्टर को कहना नहीं चाहिए। वो संविधान का दायरा में रह के संविधान का खिलाफ नहीं जा सकते। इसीलिए हमारा मांग यही है चुनाव आयोग से, इन दोनों ने, चीफ मिनिस्टर और चीफ सेक्रेटरी दोनों ने कानून का उल्लंघन किया, संविधान का अपमान किया, इसलिए इनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हो।
এই রেকর্ড নেই যে নির্বাচন কমিশনের কোনো সিদ্ধান্ত মান্য করা হয়নি এবং মান্য করব না এরকম কথা কেউ বলতে পারে, এটা ভাবা যায় না।
In Kolkata, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
Well, a standoff like we've never seen before between Mamata Banerjee and the Election Commission. Joining us tonight first on the first half of the show, we have Derek O'Brien, the national spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, also Rajya Sabha MP of the TMC. We have Mr. Chandan Mitra, the BJP's candidate from Hooghly, also Rajya Sabha MP of the party. Also joining us tonight, Riturata Banerjee, Rajya Sabha MP of the CPIM. We also have with us Jaiprakash Majumdar, the spokesperson of the West Bengal Congress. Ruchir Joshi, writer and filmmaker, is here with us. And N. Gopalaswamy, the former Chief Election Commissioner, joins us tonight from Chennai. Derek O'Brien, my first question to you. What is your reaction to the EC's order this evening that this transfer has to go through by 10 a.m. tomorrow?
That question will be answered. Nidhi, I indulge your patience. In the next 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 15-20 minutes, the Chief Minister of West Bengal is addressing a press conference, and you will have the view of the party at her press conference. You know, I arrived here 10 minutes ago. She's a couple of 100 kilometers away. So,
but you also realize you don't really have much of a choice in the matter. You have to comply with the EC's orders.
Let's wait for what the Chief Minister of Bengal has to say at 8:15 or 8:20, as I said.
But is there an alternate to listening to the EC?
I don't want to discuss this subject unless we hear from the Chief Minister. I think that would be fair, because I've come here...
But then let's talk about what she said until now, because she accused the EC yesterday of bias.
I have told you on this issue of the Election Commission, what was said, what was not said, what is the reaction. The official view of the Trinamool Congress will be presented today at 8:15. You may want to cut away from this program and show that program, but that's your call. But it's at 8:15.
But to accuse the Election Commission of bias, she's on record to say that, Derek. My point is that that is
I
unprecedented.
listen to all your points.
Yeah.
That's,
you will not say anything until Mamata speaks.
No, because of the timing of the show. Your show starts at 8 o'clock.
So we're going to wait for Mamata Banerjee to speak in 10 minutes and come back to this.
But let me just have a discussion on that also.
Sure. So let's get quick first comments though from the rest of the panel on this issue. Chandan Mitra, it is, as both as a politician and as an editor, have you seen this situation before? No one can recall a situation where you had this kind of a standoff with the EC.
Absolutely, and it should not happen. EC is a constitutional body. EC is the supreme body at election time. All officers of the central government are and those involved in election management are answerable to the Election Commission. The Election Commission does not do things lightly. There must have been complaints against the officials of bias, which is natural because everything in West Bengal runs at the whim and fancy of the Chief Minister, and the entire administration has been made into almost a kind of front organization of the Trinamool Congress. So there must have been serious complaints prompting the EC to order their transfer. To refuse to do so is actually flouting the Constitution of India, and I am amazed that a Chief Minister, and Chief Minister is also a constitutional office, has kind of used this kind of language and defied the EC, which is the constitutional body empowered to take decisions at election time. And therefore, you are quite right that in this situation there is a complete deadlock, a standoff which the Chief Minister of West Bengal cannot win.
Okay, Derek still doesn't want to answer that. On the point of...
I tell you what, Nidhi, everyone is entitled to their view. Please allow me the time I've asked for. Everyone can speak now. I'll just take my time after 8:15. That's the only request I'm making.
Okay, Mr. Banerjee, on the issue of the language used against the EC in particular, that, to say that they're biased, conspiring, and she said they're conspiring with your party as well against the Trinamool.
Actually, conspiracy theory is very popular in Bengal for the last few years. Everywhere there are conspiracies. The Chief Minister yesterday has said something. Today again she will be meeting as we came to know. But this is a war against the Constitution basically. What has happened yesterday, it's a clear-cut war against the Constitution. During election time, the Election Commission of India is the supreme. The model code of conduct has to be followed. Model code of conduct in Bengal cannot be replaced by Mamata code of conduct. Model code of conduct has to be model code of conduct. And interestingly, what has happened, I just give you an example. Yesterday, while speaking in a public meeting, Mamata Banerjee spoke about the Superintendent of Police of Bardwan. She said, he is working so well, why has been he punished? I am just giving you an example on behalf of the left. Under the leadership of Sitaram Yechuri and Biman Bose, left leaders had been to Delhi. From November, we have been constantly going to the Election Commission, giving up various documents. This particular police super whom I am talking about, there are visuals that he was garlanded after Trinamool won the municipal elections. His wife went in a Trinamool Congress stage and gave a speech. The Sanjay Bansal, who has...
So you're saying the charges are very serious?
I'm just telling you, let me finish.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to respond.
What has happened? The charges, the replacements, all this, particularly the Birbhum, the police super of Birbhum. Birbhum is that district where Anubrata Mandal, Trinamool Congress leader, has been publicly saying of hurling bombs at the police. The district magistrate, today the district magistrate gave the EC report that there have been 6 FIRs against him. But the police did not work out because a precise incident has taken place in Bengal. The chief minister had gone to one police station, Bhabanipur police station, during the early period of the government.
Okay.
Culprits were brought out. That gave a clear message. In Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, she actually, what is happening in Bengal, I am telling you, that Mamata code of conduct that has to be followed.
Okay, Mamata code
And
of
that is
conduct.
the precise problem in
Derek, you
Bengal.
wanted to come in on that.
Didi, I have a problem with the format of this program, which I'm going to tell you straight up. Right? My understanding is that Ruchir is the independent voice on this program. He's sitting in the middle, fair enough. The BJP, the CPM and the Congress, I don't want to give the benefit of the doubt to the Congress spokesperson, is also going to speak. Now, if you're going to look at this program and have three anti-Bengal Trinamool voices who are already in coalition on the ground in Bengal.
But you don't have any
they
allies.
brought the
What can you
because
do?
we don't need allies.
Everybody, you are completely
you need us as
isolated.
we don't.
Okay,
you're
Derek,
isolated.
That's not the point.
Let me make a point. Let me make my point.
We got your point. We
The
got your
only
point.
point is I only have one point.
You knew what we were going to talk about before you came on the show.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
But
And your chief minister has spoken a lot in the last 24 hours. So I'm in my rights to ask
the point
you.
I want to make
Yeah.
is Congress, BJP, CPM. I'm not surprised. Please carry on. Carry on with
You
on
can
the
respond.
ground.
You can
I'm
respond.
responding.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're all three speaking the same language, and the people of Bengal know this. So please carry on.
So are you also saying it's a conspiracy that
I'm
they've
not
all-
saying it's a reality. What conspiracy? It's a reality.
Okay, one second. Let the neutral umpire come in. One second.
One second.
Ruchir,
I'm glad that you call me independent. I hope Nidhi is also regarded as independent. So there's
You're
two of
not in a
us.
political party.
We're not in a political party and we're
You
not.
can have
don't
whatever
have
views
any.
and you're entitled to your
Correct.
views.
Derek, I'm just going to before. अपने आगे
Yeah,
बोल
yeah.
दें.
Go ahead,
No,
Ruchir.
I want to speak because the three
Yeah, let
political
him-
Okay,
parties.
okay, then the
That's
neutral
a-
umpire.
That should be
Yes.
there. Then you please.
I'm not.
Look, the present situation is not we are talking about any conspiracy or not, or reality or not. What is the reality? A pathetic case of double standard and a disregard of constitution. That we should address today. It's not any other political jargon what my friend Derek is trying to, confuse people. The question is constitutional authority, constitutional body, chief minister is under the oath of protecting the constitution. Is it or not? Number two, she is while under oath to protect the Indian constitution, she is blaming another constitutional authority and threatening them that if you have got power, you implement what you have power written under the constitution. That is for India, for the first time regarding an election, that is the most dangerous thing happened yesterday. A chief minister of a state challenged the election commissioner. That
Okay.
never happened.
So,
question,
I'm afraid
one
his
point,
party-
one point, one
I'm
point.
afraid his party was tied to Ms. Mamata Banerjee and her party till just
Question
the other
is,
day.
now they are...
But then she might be tied up with you
one
tomorrow.
point,
So
Nidhi.
Well, not
Nidhi.
in these
that doesn't
circumstances.
matter
Nidhi,
anymore.
one
Yeah,
point.
yeah, one
The
quickly.
point is,
Yeah.
I'm surprised by his vehemence.
election commission is empowered under the constitutional authority under 324. We
No,
all
and
know.
what you're
everything
saying
we
is
know.
exactly the
But
argument, sir.
surprisingly, it appears that you please remember last election 2009, similar thing happened while the leftists were in power, and it was demanded by the Mamata Banerjee group
Yes,
to
that's
transfer several police officers,
That is right.
several
Okay,
people,
okay.
and election commission
Ruchir,
did it.
okay,
At
Ruchir,
that
before
time,
I
they
come
had
to you,
applauded this thing.
okay, Ruchir Joshi,
Now
before
they
I
have
come to you,
changed their
okay,
standard, double
let me get
standard.
Mr. Gopalaswamy in because, okay,
Yeah.
he is the former chief election commissioner and I think he can give us better perspective on this. Mr. Gopalaswamy, from your perspective, what has happened in the last 24 hours with Mamata Banerjee's tirade against the EC? Do you believe that any of that at any level is justified? Have you seen this happen before?
Well, I don't think such a tirade has happened, but I must also say that it is not unusual for politicians, ministers to criticize the EC. So I don't think one should really be worried about what those criticisms are. It's for the EC to take a call whether that criticism is worth even being listened to. But the fact of the matter is that as far as the transfer of officers which the EC is asked for, EC is fully empowered to ask for it. In fact, all the officers are under deputation to the EC. Therefore, the EC is fully empowered to ask for any change. And the word used in the Constitution 324(6) is that the required staff shall be placed at the disposal of the EC. So I don't think there is any compromise possible on this issue, and EC's word on this is final. That has got to be accepted, and if it is not accepted, then it's for the EC to decide what they want to do.
And what can they do? Because I believe that they can postpone the elections.
Yeah,
would it be in certain areas? I mean, sorry, sir. What is the most extreme step the Election Commission can take?
Yeah, if it comes to the conclusion, if the EC comes to the conclusion that it's not possible to conduct free and fair polls. I mean, the whole idea is to conduct free and fair poll, and 324(6) emphasizes the fact that in the interest of free and fair poll. And in fact, such cases have come up in 2007. Senior officers were transferred in UP, and while the government did not object to it, somebody went to the Allahabad High Court. Allahabad High Court made a very clear point, saying that it is EC's mandate and they can very well do it. Same thing. Similar issues arose in last year in Karnataka, where 12 officers were transferred. And somebody went to the High Court. And the High Court simply issued an order saying that you are barking up the wrong tree. I mean,
that the EC's word is final.
The EC is totally empowered to do this, and just
there is no option really. Sure, and no option really but to listen to the
I don't
Election
think
Commission.
there is any
I had a
option.
quick point before I come to Richard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question for Mr. Gopalswamy.
Yeah.
For my own clarification, Mr. Gopalswamy, what I understand the West Bengal government is saying that all right, we are ready to transfer these officials, but we are not prepared to replace them with the names suggested by the Election Commission. Now, the battle therefore has moved slightly away from a total standoff about the removal of officers to a question of whether the EC's recommendation for the replacement is valid or not.
Which the EC has also rejected, by the way.
EC has rejected, but I think I would
Look,
like
I mean,
to clarify
the law on that is very clear.
whether the EC is right and or is West Bengal
the law.
Yeah.
No, the law on that issue is very clear, that the governor shall make available. The governor shall make available to the commission such staff as may be necessary for the discharge of functions conferred upon the EC. So, such staff as is necessary. Now, who will decide the necessary? The commission decides the necessary as to what staff it needs. So, there is no option left.
Okay. Okay, Richard Joshi, come in here now. Finally, you've heard everyone.
Sorry, Derek, but you see, I disagree with Chandan, as you should know from what I've written. I've been very critical of the Congress and, of course, the CPM, also of your lovely party. The point is, when your Didi crosses certain kinds of limit and goes out on her own, no one can defend her and no one can actually find any logic. I am actually not particularly interested in what she says in the next 15 minutes. Okay, it's very clear during election time, if she feels there is bias, she has to comply with the Election Commission, let them be replaced, and then complain again saying these people are now biased against me. Those are the rules. If you're on a race course or a cricket field or something, you don't suddenly start chucking a ball out of the crease because you feel the umpires are bent. You stick to rules. And that's why, even though my neutral opinion differs directly from all these three gentlemen, I actually find it a little bit embarrassment because, just like I'm embarrassed being a Gujarati, going out and people saying, oh, you're a Gujarati, Narendra Modi. The same way now, you're from Kolkata, Mamata Banerjee, she's becoming a bit of an embarrassment because of this kind of stuff. And you people are clearly not advising her enough. You're not advising her enough. You should say, comply and then follow the rules.
If you want to make, you are not agreeing that she is supposed to protect the Constitution.
I am agreeing.
So you are not differing on that point.
No, I am agreeing with all of you. She is supposed to protect the Constitution, and sometimes even if it's against her own party's interest, she has to obey the Election Commission.
Let's forget the last 24 hours for a moment. Is Mamata her law unto herself?
I just want to react to one personal remark which he made.
Okay.
Ruchir and everyone is entitled to their own opinion about this Election Commission. But my only response to people like Ruchir, who fly in and fly out of Calcutta on these like cuckoos who come sometimes here, sometimes there, is whether she is an embarrassment or not an embarrassment is not for one Ruchir Joshi to decide. The people of Bengal in the last 5 elections have decided, and let's wait for another verdict to come on the 16th of May.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
Does
sorry.
that give the strength to
tomorrow,
break the constitution?
just a minute.
I'm talking about the word embarrassment.
Embarrassment. If tomorrow,
That's a very mild word, by the way. I would
it's a
have
very
used a much
mild
stronger,
word,
very
Chandra.
mild word.
You're not going to like what I'm going to say next. If Narendra Modi is elected as Prime Minister, it will be an embarrassment to Indians. Okay? You are going to be saying it. I'm going to be saying it. You also catch many flights, Derek. You fly to Delhi. You fly abroad.
No,
so
I'm
don't
not-
tell me about being a cuckoo.
We're going off tangent for a second. No, Derek, the
So,
point is...
Leah,
the
we are
point
now
is-
into this program for...
Yeah, because it's an
20
important
minutes.
issue. It's an important
No,
issue.
you keep discussing it. I'm
My
only...
point is about
Yes.
Mamata Banerjee.
Yes.
See the thing. Let's
So
talk
it's great.
about Mamata's
Now we're
pattern of
discussing
behavior.
Mamata Banerjee.
If there is if there is a view she disagrees with, normally she calls them Maoists. Now she hasn't done that with the election commission yet.
Yeah, why
so my
not?
point
It's
is that must Mamata see a conspiracy in anything where people seem to disagree with her or that she's not happy with? Is that a good thing, Derek? I know you have to defend her, but
No.
it's
It's
about
not,
a
it's
pattern
not
of
I
behavior.
have to defend her. I want to defend... If anyone is familiar with the history of modern Bengal and look at the number of people butchered by the left front over 32 years, you understand the history, understand the struggle, understand the end of communism in South Asia, and then we can discuss. But these yes, is she the darling of a certain section of the Angrezi media? Yeah, maybe no. But the style and the getting development work. Why you are in Bengal? Talk about development in Bengal. Talk about what's happened in the last 3 years.
My point is she can do development work and she might even have done good work. But when she does something like this, she
Let's
puts
be
water
question.
on
Okay,
her good
Chandra
work.
Mitra
That's
first.
what I'm trying to
Chandra,
say.
1 second,
Okay?
gentlemen. Chandra Mitra first and then the two.
I'm
Yes.
the only one here who is contesting a Lok Sabha election. So I know the situation on the ground.
What? This is a nice thing, Chandanda. So all this time you didn't know. Now because you're conducting contesting a Lok Sabha, all of us are losers. You're fighting a Lok Sabha.
I'm facing it every day.
It's good.
I mean, all
If you're feeling
all
good,
those,
just one.
1 minute. All
I'm the
those-
only one who's fighting
all
a Lok
those
Sabha election,
who
so
were-
big deal.
Who were with the CPM till the other day have simply changed their color and have joined your party and
Chandanda-
are doing the same things as the CPM was doing for 34 years. They are not allowing anybody to write slogans on walls. They are ripping apart flexes. They are, and the administration is mook bodhir, deaf and dumb at the moment. Nobody listens. They wait for orders from Calcutta and from the Chief Minister's office before they can act. And there is complete terror. There is complete terror in rural Bengal perpetrated by the Trinamool, which is now peopled by goons who were with the left till the other day.
No, Chandanda, what is the most dangerous thing she said yesterday? The most dangerous thing she
This is the
said
point.
yesterday, that if law and order, they want to change these people, then they have to take, the election commission has to take entire responsibility of law and order. What
I
does that
won't be
mean?
responsible.
Listen 1 minute. Last Panchayat election, when
Congress
state
party-
election
let him
commission
talk,
was
let him
conducting
talk.
the
Come on.
election, she said, law and order our responsibility, and in that election 60 people died.
Okay,
They must
but
own up
Derek,
that
these
thing.
are, again, I
And
come to the
today
point.
they are
These are
saying
comments
law
on
and order
record.
will be
These are
election commission's
Mamata's comments on...
responsibility.
I have to
yeah.
make a point.
Okay, Mr. Banerjee. Yes. Okay.
I love the way the BJP, the Congress.
When
Think about why that's happening, Derek.
Why are you ranking
we are all
me?
together. You must
One
be
of the
come forward
ministers,
also.
Okay, one second.
You are also
Mr.
under the
Banerjee,
oath to
Mr.
protect the
Banerjee.
constitution. You also say against the same one.
I don't need the Congress party to give me lectures
Of
now.
course, I will give. At least remind you the constitution.
Okay,
provision.
Okay.
Let
You
me
have
give you
forgotten
a
the
point.
Constitutional
You people
provision.
have forgotten the constitution.
Okay, Mr.
provision.
Majumdar,
Listen to me, Nidhi, 1 second. He's
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
constitutional provision.
Yeah.
Who is this guy, party talking about constitutional provision? Who looted this country in the last 10 years? Now they've come up
And
with
who
a
looted
manifesto.
by Shraddha? They looted the state.
Small change.
Don't talk about
Derek,
that.
just
One second, Mr. Bhattacharya.
listening to me.
Mr. Bhattacharya, please.
Small change.
No.
That's
One
what the
second.
Congress have
Whatever
done.
mistakes
change.
and stupidities the
Listen,
Congress
Nidhi,
may
I'm
have done.
not indulging in a slanging match with
but
the
you
Congress
can't
party
everyone all the time, yeah.
or the
Come on.
BJP.
Derek.
All single-digit vote in Bengal. Let them speak now. I'm
No,
keeping quiet.
Acha.
You carry on.
Whatever
Okay,
the
Mr.
final
Banerjee.
verdict will be given by the people, we
You
will all
also
come
want
to
to
know on
swear
16th.
single
But the
digit, you come
point
to
is
power,
the double
people will-
standard, the Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress, the Chief Minister yesterday presented a conspiracy theory, challenged the Election Commission, basically challenged the Constitution. But I just want to remind Mr. Derek O'Brien that in 2004, Trinamool Congress made complaints to the Election Commission against the police super of Malda, Gaurav Datta, Nodia, Binoy Chakraborty and North 24 Pargana, Basudev Bagh. The Election Commission made the replacements. The Election Commission was congratulated. In 2011, in the last elections, yesterday Binod Jutsi has been criticized, but in 2011, during the last election, Binod Jutsi was in the charge of elections in Bengal. He was congratulated because Trinamool has complained against the police super of East.
Okay, I will take that back to
The
Derek.
point is that, no, Nidhi, 1 minute.
Yeah.
The point is that never was the state government consulted because that is not the decorum. The Election Commission is supreme. The problem in Bengal is when a Trinamool leader says that you must hurl bomb at police,
Okay.
the chief minister comes out with theory of scarcity of oxygen.
Do we
There lies
need
the
to
problem.
have respect for certain institutions in this country or not? Derek O'Brien, that's my question. Because when the Congress was going after the CAG...
You answer me a
when
question.
one second, when
Since
the
your
UPA
program
was
is on
going-
election
Yeah,
commission and
yeah.
election commission and only, which is your prerogative. One single state in India has elections, a full state has in one phase. Okay? One phase. What do you say when one district in Bengal has two phases? With full respect to the election commission.
So what? That's because
So you, what does that mean? One second, what does that mean? Let him explain
That's why
why.
law and order. Because
There's a law and order issue. Are you saying there's a motivation?
It's a completely rigged elections.
It is, one second.
Derek,
Are
she
you
wants
saying
to
there
push
is a
the envelope.
motivation behind having it in two phases?
Yeah,
Why?
helicopter didn't fly.
To suggest that these elections, like he was saying, this Congress spokesperson was saying that the panchayat elections were rigged, I take it as an insult to the people of Bengal. Please don't insult Bengal. You guys have been voted out. You all will be, at least accept the verdict.
CPM used to say all these years.
No.
Anyway,
But
All
on
these
this, no,
What has happened in the
I know you're
panchayat
pretending.
election,
I know
everybody
you. One
knows.
second, I know Derek is pretending to ignore me and
I'm
looking
not-
at his
I'm answering.
iPad. My
I'm being very
question
gracious,
about
sir. I'm
respecting institutions like the Election Commission, is that not important, Derek?
We do not disrespect the election commission, period.